Welcome to today's podcast. We're so glad you're here. Today, we're talking about families, a topic we all can relate to. Families are an important part of our lives, and discussing them is a great way to practice your English. In this conversation, we'll share stories about our families, talk about different family traditions, and learn how families can be similar and different across the world. Let's get started.
Part 1. Introducing our families.
Hi, Maria. How are you doing today?
Hi, Robin. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm great. I was thinking, we always talk about so many topics, but I don't think we've ever talked about our families. Why don't we talk about them today?
That's a great idea, Robin. Families are so important, and I love sharing stories about mine. Where should we start?
How about you tell me a little bit about your family first? How many people are in your family?
Sure. My family is quite small. There are just 4 of us. My parents, my younger brother, and me. What about you, Robin? How big is your family?
My family's a bit bigger. There's 6 of us, my parents, my 2 sisters, my younger brother, and me. It can get noisy at times, but it's always fun. Do you live with your family, Maria?
Yes, I live with my parents and my brother. It's nice because we all get along well. How about you, Robin? Do you live with your family?
Not anymore. I moved to the city for work, so I only visit them during holidays. I miss them sometimes, but we talk on the phone a lot.
That's sweet. It must be nice to have a big family. So, what's your family like? Are you all very similar, or are there a lot of differences?
Good question. We're similar in some ways, like we all love cooking and eating together, but we're also very different. For example, my sisters love shopping, while my brother and I prefer playing football. What about your family? Are you all alike?
Not really. My brother and I are completely opposite. He's super outgoing while I'm a bit shy, but we balance each other out, so it works. My parents are very hardworking, and they inspire us to do our best.
That's wonderful. The families really do teach us a lot, don't they?
Absolutely. I feel lucky to have a family that supports me in everything I do.
Part 2. Family Traditions.
Maria, does your family have any special traditions or things you do together?
Yes, we do. One of our favorite traditions is having a big family dinner every weekend. My mom cooks amazing food, and we all sit together and talk about our week. It's my favorite time of the week. Does your family have any traditions, Robin?
We do. Every year during the holidays, we all gather at my grandparents' house. It's like a family reunion. We play games, share stories, and eat so much delicious food. It's the best time of the year for me.
That sounds amazing. Do you have any fun memories from those reunions?
Oh, so many. One year my cousins and I decided to put on a play for the adults. It was so funny because we kept forgetting our lines, but everyone loved it. What about you? Any memorable moments from your family dinners?
Yes. Last month, my brother tried to cook a new dish for the first time. He was so proud, but it turned out a little, well, let's just say it wasn't his best work. We all laughed and had a great time teasing him about it.
That's what makes family time special. The little moments that bring us closer.
I completely agree. It's not about what we do, it's about being together.
Part 3. Family Roles and Responsibilities.
Maria, do you have specific roles or responsibilities in your family?
Yes, we all share the work at home. My brother takes care of the garden, and I help with cleaning and organizing. My parents handle the cooking most of the time. What about your family, Robin? How do you divide responsibilities?
In my family, everyone has their part too. My sisters love decorating the house, and my brother and I usually do the heavy lifting when there's work to be done. My mom manages everything, though. She's like the glue that holds us all together.
Moms are amazing, aren't they? They seem to know how to do everything.
They really are. My mom also gives the best advice. Whenever I have a problem, she's the first person I call. How about your mom? Is she like that too?
Yes, definitely. She's so wise and always knows the right thing to say. My dad is the practical one. He's great at fixing things and solving problems.
It sounds like your parents make a great team. That's wonderful.
Part 4. Extended Family and Global Connections.
Do you stay in touch with your extended family, like aunts, uncles, and cousins?
Yes, we do. Most of them live in the same town, so we see each other often. How about you?
My extended family is spread out all over the country, so we don't meet often, but we have a family group chat where we share updates and pictures. It's a fun way to stay connected.
That's such a good idea. Technology really makes it easier to stay in touch with family, doesn't it?
It really does. Sometimes we even have video calls with everyone. It's like a virtual reunion.
Outro.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's podcast. I must say, Maria, it was such a lovely conversation about families. Talking about these little moments and traditions really makes you appreciate how special our families are, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Robin. Sharing stories about family brings back so many happy memories. It's amazing how, no matter where we come from or how different our lives are, families always hold such a special place in our hearts.
That's so true. Families are our first teachers, our biggest supporters, and the ones who shape so much of who we are. And I think for anyone listening today, talking about your family is a wonderful way to practice English. It's such a personal and relatable topic.
Yes, and it's easy to connect with others when you talk about family. Everyone has their own unique stories, and sharing them can make conversations so meaningful.
Exactly. And to everyone watching or listening to us, we hope this episode inspired you to think about your family and maybe even talk about them in English. It's a great way to practice new words, phrases, and ideas in a fun and personal way.
That's right. And if you're learning English, don't worry about making mistakes. Just keep practicing. Talk about your family with friends, write about them in a journal, or even share your stories in the comments below.
Yes. Speaking of comments, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us something about your family. Maybe a funny memory, a tradition you have, or something unique about your family life. We're always excited to read your stories.
And don't forget, we're here to help you learn English in a way that's fun and practical. That's why we choose topics like this, so you can connect with the conversation and pick up phrases you can use in real life.
Oh, that's a great point, Maria. Oh, and before we go, we'd like to ask you all for a little favor. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up. It helps us a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel.
Subscribing means you won't miss any of our future episodes. And trust me, we have some exciting topics coming up. We'll talk about travel, hobbies, interesting cultures, and so much more, all in simple conversational English that's easy to follow.
Yes, we're always looking for ways to make learning English fun and engaging for you. And hey, if there's a specific topic you'd like us to discuss, please let us know in the comments. We want this podcast to be as helpful and interesting as possible for you.
Exactly. And remember, every time you listen and practice, you're getting one step closer to becoming fluent in English. So keep going. You're doing great.
And on that note, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure having these conversations, and it's even better knowing that we're helping so many of you improve your English.
We're so grateful for your support. Keep practicing, stay curious, and remember, every little effort you make counts.
Take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now, and happy learning!